Okay, so we're going to find the derivative of another function this time. So we want to write down, first off, let's get this out of the way. Let's write down the derivative again. How to get it, using the limit as delta x approaches 0 of f of x plus delta x, and I should say sometimes they use the letter h here instead of delta x, but I'm just going to use delta x. Seems like when I learned it though they used h over delta x. We know how to now to derive this right here. This is just the slope of the secant line. Alright. We're going to let our function be 3x squared, and we want to find, f prime of x, and we're going to use the definition up here. So f prime of x is equal to the limit as delta x approaches 0. Okay, so we're going to say 3 times x plus delta x squared, right? We're taking x plus delta x and we're plugging it into the function, minus f of x, which is 3x squared, and that's all over delta x. So now what we're going to do is we're going to simplify this stuff up. Alright, so we got to always rewrite our limit. If we don't rewrite this part, you could get it wrong. Okay, so this is 3 times x plus delta x times x plus delta x minus 3x squared, and that's all over delta x limit delta x. We must rewrite this every time. So we want to multiply this stuff out, and I'm just going to leave the 3 out for right now. So x plus x is x squared. Then you'd have x plus, or x times delta x, and then delta x times x, so that's plus 2x delta x, and then delta x times delta x is delta x squared minus 3x squared. That's all over delta x. Okay, I guess we're going to end up having to write this out again. Well, no sense in skipping any steps, because that's where I normally lose people if I skip steps. So we have 3x squared plus 6x delta x plus 3 delta x squared minus 3x squared, and of course that's all over delta x. Now we can cancel things out. So the 3x squareds cancel out, right? And that looks like that's it for right now. So we have the limit delta x approaches 0. We have 6x delta x, 3x, I'll just go ahead and rewrite, plus 3x squared delta x. Now, this delta x can go into this, and delta x can go into this term here, which is going to now reduce down to 6x plus 3 delta x. Letting delta x go to 0, so this term becomes 0, and so you're left with 6x. So f prime of x